Thanks so much for staying with us. You're watching CNN Newsroom. I'm Errol Barnett.
And hello, I'm Lynda Kinkade. These are the headlines this hour.
Captured fugitive David Sweat is now in critical condition at a New York hospital. A state police sergeant shot him twice in the torso on Sunday after spotting him near the Canadian border. Sweat had been on the run for more than 3 weeks after he and fellow convict Richard Matt broke out of a maximum security prison.
Greek banks are closed for at least the next week, and officials have imposed limits on how much account holders can withdraw from ATMs. This follows the European Central Bank's decision that there will be no increase in emergency funding for Greece. The country appears to be heading towards default and an exit from the Eurozone.
Investors are on edge as the Greek crisis takes a toll on Asian markets. Look at this. Most key Asian indices opened down as trading began on Monday. That includes Shanghai, which has dropped more than 5%. That move is more due to events happening within China.
A party organiser and lighting technician are considered suspects in the blast at a water park in New Taipei. State media is reporting that 498 people were injured in the explosion after a flammable powder ignited. More than 200 victims are in a critical condition. Let's bring in Kathy Novak live from New Taipei with the latest on this investigation. And I understand, Kathy, we have new vision as this explosion occurred. Absolutely horrific scenes. What are you learning about what triggered the fire?
Well, we can show you this new video, Lynda, and it should give you some kind of idea, actually. What it shows is that the organizers were shooting large amounts of the powder that is part of the whole theme of this color play party event into the crowd. So it was shot in large quantities above the crowd of people who were dancing. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like the people who were filming it didn't even realize it was happening. It burst into flames, and that's when we started to see those chaotic scenes of people screaming, running for their lives, and those horrible scenes of people actually being burnt right there on the dance floor. And that is what is causing people to really blame this powder for the damage that has been caused. We're told that the powder is made out of cornstarch, and it has been used at many events in the past, and organizers haven't had any incidents like this before. But what it is that when it is being handled in small quantities, the kind of quantities that are given to people to just throw at each other for fun, it is absolutely harmless. But what happened here is because it was such a large amount of this powder, when it mixed with the air, something seems to have ignited it, and that is what investigators are looking into, whether it might have been faulty wiring, whether it might have been lighting, whether it might have been simply people smoking that mixed with that large amount of powder and the air and caused those horrible flames, Lynda.
Absolutely horrible scenes. And with the hundreds of people that have been injured, how are hospitals coping with all these burns victims?
Well, I'm at McKay Memorial Hospital just behind me. It's one of more than 40 hospitals treating the burns victims. And I've been talking to Dr. Charles Ho. He's the head of critical care here. And he gave me a bit of an idea about what the problems are. And some of it comes back to this powder that we were talking about, the fact that it's flammable. And people inhaled it, so it's in their respiratory systems. It could be affecting their internal organs. So that is a big problem, along with, of course, the burns. When anyone who has burns to more than 20% of their body are considered severely injured, and we're hearing of people who have 80–90% burns to their body, and the prognosis really is not good for those people. We're told the next 7 to 10 days really is critical to make sure that they are being treated in intensive care. We know more than 200 people are in intensive care, and the concerns are around fluid loss, around infection, because they just don't have the skin to protect their bodies from all of these things that could be affecting them. So grave concerns for so many people who were very, very badly injured, Lynda.